This pretty dessert will rival pumpkin pie. Pomegranate apple crisp is a tempting alternative for the Thanksgiving treat table. Becky Low is here to share and trust you to be inclusive to all eaters. That's just your style. You just aim to make people happy. And we love you for it. We love you for it. Why is this different than your average crisp?
Oh, okay. So instead of, usually we have an apple crisp, which I love, but pomegranate season. And I used to live in St. George, and I love the pomegranates. And
did you live in St. George?
I did.
I didn't know that about you.
For a short time.
Okay.
And, so combining them, I took my mom's apple crisp recipe, added some pomegranate to it, and it just, it's great.
Oh my gosh, I just sampled some pomegranates and boom, my taste buds just went pop because it is such a strong flavor.
It is.
It's the perfect flavor for this time of year. So let's get going on this. I'm excited.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the pomegranates first because I have often been asked, how do you peel them? How to get the seeds out? And we're both wearing aprons.
Yeah,
and
Becky
why did I wear yellow?
Today.
Even though we do all these precautions, you still get some juice on you. So you want to be careful with it. All right. So here's the way that you can get the seeds out with minimal amount of juice. Okay. So I took a little slice off the bottom, and then I took a wedge out of the top. Okay. And then you can see these. Here's the pomegranate. You can see these ridges. Okay, that's dividing up the edges or the wedges inside of it.
I've never stopped to notice that.
So light cut down the middle of those, and then it just pops right open.
There it is.
Okay, now you still have to get those seeds out, and as soon as you start breaking them, they're going to start squirting.
Yes.
Okay, so here's a little tip with it.
That's so satisfying to me. I don't know. Something about it.
I just love that.
Yeah.
Okay, water. Water is just the way to do this. So you take each one of these and put it in the water, and then the water helps to minimize those squirts.
You know who first taught me this? My cousin Kaylee, and I thought she was full of it. But now Becky Low is here validating this technique.
Okay, another thing with the water is all of the membrane floats to the top and the seeds are in the bottom, so it's just an easy cleanup as well.
Did you just say membrane?
I did.
Let's move on to the crisp. Something more appetizing.
Okay. All right, so there's your pomegranates. Now, I want that flavor infused with all of it.
Right.
And so I'm going to do a reduction of the pomegranate juice to begin with.
Oh.
And so what I've done is I just took some seeds, put it into a blender, and jogged it a few times.
Okay.
Then you place it in a strainer and just push that against the strainer, and it gets all that juice out until you have the 2 cups there.
Oh my goodness. So how many pomegranates did it take to get 2 cups?
About 3.
That's
3 large.
Oh, they're very juicy. They're very full.
They are.
Okay.
They are. Okay, now we put this on a stove and we'll reduce it. So boil it for about 15 minutes and it reduces down to about 1/2 cup.
You just let it boil, let it go.
Yep.
Okay.
No lid, anything from there. Apples are next stitch. So we want that beautiful color. We have about 5 cups of apples that we're putting in here.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to let you do that part.
Yes,
While I get this out of the way.
What am I doing, just stirring?
Just stirring.
Okay. That's usually the job that gives me in the kitchen.
I happen to know you're a good cook. But you humor me and you stir.
Thanks for defending me.
Okay, while she's doing that, we have a little bit of sugar, and we also have some flour and just a little bit of salt. And I'm going to stir that together. In fact, if you whisk together the flour and the sugar, that mixes it in so that you're not going to have those lumps. And you don't want a lumpy cobbler.
No.
And in fact, what's the difference between a cobbler and a crisp?
What's the difference between a cobbler and a crisp?
I'll tell you, it's not a joke.
For sure. There was a punchline. Okay, what?
I know, as soon as I said that. Okay, the cobbler has more of a cake or bread on the top of it.
Yeah.
And the crisp is that crumble.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and it's crisp.
Hey, Becky.
All right.
Knock,
Pour this
knock.
in. Who's there?
No, I'm just kidding. I don't have anything either. Okay.
All right, we'll stir in some flour and some sugar with that.
Yeah.
And then we'll put it into a pan.
Gosh, I'm busy today.
You are, and this makes about a 9x9 square pan. So if you want a large one, in fact, a 9x9 will feed about 6 to 8 people. So wonderful. And adding this, I like my pumpkin pie. I'm not going to give it up, but this is a nice addition to your dessert bar for Thanksgiving
and
or the holidays.
Pretty adds to the table. And I'm not a pie person really in general.
Okay, spread those around in there.
So this would be my choice
Great,
for sure.
Wonderful. And now our crisp part, we're going to add that to the top of it. And so I have just some oatmeal, some brown sugar, a little bit of flour, and our seasonings with it. We'll mix those up with some soft butter. And to save a little bit of time, I'm going to take that one out, put this one in, and you say, well, that's quite light. You don't have to use brown sugar. I love the brown sugar, but this just has white sugar in it.
Okay.
All right, so help me put that on. We just want to put that on, you know, and leave it in clumps. This bakes for about 45 minutes until those apples are nice and tender.
Okay.
And you see the juice bubbling up in the center.
Ooh, yum. Ooh, yum,
and
Becky.
this is a nice do-ahead as well.
Yes,
oh,
it is.
I love it, love
Look
it,
at
love
it served so beautifully there. It plates gorgeous as well with the bright colors. And of course, the apple companion, you know, tang to the tart. I love it. I love it.
Ice cream is wonderful with it, but the old-fashioned way is just putting some cream on it.
Okay.
Or whipped cream.
We'll do it.
Wonderful with it.
Becky, thank you so much.
You bet.
This recipe, along with all of Becky's other hundreds of recipes she shared with us over the years, is available at studio5.ksl.com. Just click there on the recipe button. And of course, we've been getting you ready for Thanksgiving for weeks now, so that should be your recipe go-to page. We hope it's bookmarked because it should pay off here in just a couple of days.